Hey everyone, Ben here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up for yourself each and every day. So I was drawn to Pulroon, and we got Hagalaz, which we can look at sudden disruption, upheaval, uh, bit of chaos. And I was like, man, we're always getting messages like this, but that's okay. We can handle it. We can understand it. I did have a bit of a download earlier this morning, but kind of felt like it was tied to this. It may not. We'll see if it comes up. So we got the tower reversed. Denial. Don't want to see. We don't want to allow it to happen. We don't want it to be what it is. We don't want it to be what it is. Uh, well, we'll dive deeper. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. A temporary delay. So we could look at this as a cycle in general. It's kind of giving like I thought this was it. This was the way out. And that kind of gave a tone of like I was trying to say like this it was like my end all be all, like this was it, this was my fulfillment, this was gonna make me happy, this was gonna rest, rest of my life, like this was it. But when I said the way out, it kind of meant uh around a wound, around an insecurity. Sometimes we make uh or a lot of times we make decisions based upon these wounds or insecurities that we may not be aware of. And uh, like let's just use a relationship or a job or a living situation. I walked towards this. I moved to this. I made a commitment towards this, and it was for my wound. It, and I'm kind of in this cycle, and now it's ending, or the wound was present, or like I made a bad decision. Like I didn't see that side of that person. This job looked great on the face value, but it was horrible. This home, like almost like signing a lease off pictures online, and we get there and they just knew how to take really good pictures, and place is a dump or infestation. All these different things. We thought that this was it. This was my way out. This was my ticket. This was whatever, and it wasn't. And we don't want to believe that. We don't want it to be what it is. Maybe we're trying to fix it. We're trying to uh, accommodate the negative or the toxicity around the situation, when in reality, we know, but we don't want it to be what it is. Ten of Swords, overburdened. It's taking a toll on us. I'm sure just in general. Not, I mean, the situation in general, yeah, it's not healthy, but obviously this is going to be a toll. And that sucks. No matter what it's connected to, it hurts. It's painful. It, uh, it's change. It's disruption. And now we got to pick up the pieces and move on or rebuild, and that's not such a great feeling, let alone what it has done for us, or hasn't done for us, I should say. I want to say has done to us. So we got Temperance came out sideways, inner peace and disharmony. This is, we're in the middle. Like we have the doorway to get here, but we're hanging on. It's giving a I'm just going to share that download that was earlier. And it doesn't have to be connected to a relationship, but let's just look at the key points here. So there was, uh, I normally don't watch YouTube before these messages because I don't want anything else to come in, but I was waiting for the sun to come up. I had some time to pass and I got on, and there was this song that popped up, And I'm like, why would that be here? I said, it's definitely not for me. I said, I'll listen to it. And it was a really old, I shouldn't say really old, but an older country song, which I haven't listened to since high school, probably 18 years ago. And it was by George Strait, and it was Let It Go or Leave It Be or something along those lines, or Give It Away. That's what it was called. And the song had to do with a relationship, and the woman was just, give it away. I don't want it. Give it away. It means nothing to me. It is not worth anything to me. And when we think about, we're going to use a relationship here as an example. Let's say we're breaking up, and uh, it's not even worth fighting for any of this stuff that maybe we acquired together. It's just getting out of this situation, leaving it all behind. Uh, there's an energy attached to these things. And it's not just relationship wise, this can be any part of our life. Say we were a certain, we carried a certain belief or identity during a period of our time, and we surrounded ourselves with certain things in our house or how we dressed or whatever. And we move away and we transform again, and maybe we healed a certain part of ourselves, and we still have this stuff, and we have to ask ourselves, why do we hang on to that if it's not really a part of us anymore? Is it something that we don't want to let go of? And through that process, we're still in both those realities, if we will, energetically. Maybe not in our mind, maybe not in our actions, but energetically. This would be the same for that relationship. If we want to hang on to that stuff, if we find it so valuable that we want to hang on to this, we're still leaving a part of ourselves in those relationships connected to that person. And not even if we say we're not. Let's just say I leave with nothing. And in my new space, I try to bring all these things back into my space that I had when I lived with that person. And through that, I found comfort in that disruption, if we will say it was a negative relationship. But I'm bringing all these things back in because I think it creates comfort. This could be this cycle that we're in. If we're talking about relationships, same thing with work. Uh, this constantly getting in these toxic work environments where they tell you what you want to hear, and you say, this place is going to be different, it's finally going to be different, this is it, this is the one, when really it's the same no matter where I go. And I always find myself being lied to or overworking for no appreciation or understanding. It's pointless, it's a numbers game, and I do this all for the person that fed me a load of lies. Same thing in the relationship. Maybe the same thing in the housing situation, that uh, I don't want to spend X amount of money to live in a nice place, but uh, I keep putting myself in these places that are very toxic or low vibration because I don't think I can afford it, or I don't want to because I want to put that money elsewhere. But this is where I sleep, this is where I eat, this is where I rest, and it is uh, negative energy. It is dense, it is heavy, and I am just consuming this through my decisions. And that's not any blame, but it's something to take into understanding, or I should say, uh, accountability is coming through, but I meant more for interpretation or to reflect on, is what I really wanted to say. That song also touched on, so the woman, she didn't care. I don't care. I don't want any of it. And then I was going to click off, but I heard, listen to the rest of it. And then at the end, it touched on the guy that was left there with all of this stuff and no one to share it with. Uh, so it could play both sides of the story here. You know, uh, both parties, I'm sure, were heartbroken, but uh, the fact that the woman was saying it meant nothing, and I guess the man would have said it meant something. And it's all about how we deal with things, how we view things. Uh, People can make a lot of decisions in anger. Sometimes it's productive, sometimes it's not. I'm going to leave that right there for now. This doesn't just have to be a romantic relationship. This could be work as well, or housing, doesn't matter. Strength, inner strength. Having the strength in this decision, and this is going underneath the tower reversed, which is that denial, to see the truth. Uh, Even if the situation was toxic or whether romantic or even work related, uh, we might be upset with ourselves a bit for making that decision, missing that red flag. And this is kind of where that accountability aspect comes in. And not so much that, hey, you made this decision, you deserve this. No, that's not what I'm saying. It is that I made this decision where I believed them uh, to be what I wanted them to be, and they weren't. I wanted this to be this great job and them to be honest and for it to be everything I wanted it to be. So I made that decision because I wanted it. Like I projected my wants onto that, and it wasn't it. The same kind of situation for the romantic relationship. Like, hey, there were some red flags, but I wanted them to be what I wanted it to be. And I put that responsibility on that. And it didn't work out that way. And that kind of fucking sucks. Both ways. That I wanted that and you deserve it, but that wasn't the way, or that wasn't the possibility that that could be. And this is kind of how this projection works in a different tone than I normally talk about. Normally we project what I would normally speak of is like our wounds. Like, say there was a toxic individual and they're projecting all this shit onto another person because they don't want to deal with it. When we look at this the other way, like I just explained, I was projecting that onto that person that I wanted them to be everything that I wanted them to be, and they weren't. And maybe I just settled and saw this for what it was. So that's a tough part of accountability as well. But if we really want to move forward, uh, this is something we have to do. So, underneath temporary delay, we got the Queen of Pentacles, practicality. Uh, this isn't coming back to the idea that I'm never going to get it. I'm never going to get that perfect job. I'm never going to find that perfect partner or that perfect place to live. It is, okay, this is the predicament I'm in. I have to start over, or, this isn't my ticket to freedom or to comfort or fulfillment, whatever we want to title it. I need to muster up that strength, uh, dust the dust off of me, or the dirt off of me, get back up and get level-headed. What is it I truly want? And I'm going to work towards it, whatever it is. But we're going to go through this period of understanding our motives a bit more to see if, hey, what am I leading with? Am I projecting a bit here? Am I leading with a wound or an insecurity? Am I playing it, excuse me, safe for my wound? The Hanged Man, new paradigm. This is underneath the Ten of Swords when we let this go. When we turn the denial and allow it to be what it is. The ending is always for us. Sure as shit doesn't feel like it when it's happening, but it is for us. It may take a bit to see that, depending on what situation it's connected to, but it is always for us. And the pain is real, but once we understand the truth and the reasoning behind it, it is something to celebrate. That could take years, depending on what it's connected to. It could take months, or it could take days. It could take hours if we can process our emotions that quickly. There's no rush, but I promise you, there is a good reason and a truth and something you would celebrate in the end. And probably not during it or through it, but once you get through it, and it may be leading with this understanding that, hey, this is pushing me into a better space, that this wasn't what it was meant to be. We're going to leave it there. If this resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. If you need any more help with it, check out oceanprizes.com, and I will talk to you all later. See you.